Welcome to this conversation. Hey, Mase, we are back. We are back again. Karibuni sana to this conversation where we just talk. This is a safe space for everyone. Feel free to also comment and feel free to like, share this conversation that we are having, and stretch out also to people that you hang out with. You can actually have such conversations. Today we have a visitor. Tuko na mgeni. Makofi ya mgeni yako wapi? Pata makofi.
Karibu sana.
Karibu.
Nashukuru.
Please tell us who you are. Yes.
So my name's Kingori Maina.
Yes.
And I'm actually privileged to be here.
Karibu.
First time being in this conversation. So
Karibu sana.
nimekuwa nikiwacheki YouTube and all, and nilikuwa nataka kujoin for once. Nisikie venye feeling, si ndio?
Karibu sana. Karibu sana.
Yeah.
Now obviously the one
Jane
that-
Dila, the one and only.
and Alex. Alex is my name. So feel free, join the conversation as we talk.
Karibu
As
sana.
we talk. And we encourage people to talk and talk some more.
Very healthy.
Yes.
Cathartic.
Like today we wanted to discuss about something today. How belief and the environment, how the environment has shaped us.
Mm-hmm.
I think even one of the reasons why Kings is here is just to give us something also to bring some meat into our conversation. Like how the past has really made us the people that we are. How growing from being a small boy, being a teenager, now you are a man, you're a woman, how that has really made the person that you are.
The contributing
Yes.
factors.
I don't know if we can maybe just give life examples, or maybe
It would be healthy.
things
to be
that
healthy.
you think has made you, like you say, kings. Don't call me a king side.
Yeah, because like now he says King Ori, but now he's King.
Yes.
I'm interested.
Yeah. So
Yes.
for me, siwezi sema ni Elias anymore, take as my own name.
Yeah.
And now ndo nakam realize the power behind my name. Actually, Kingori means 5 bob. For those of you who don't know,
In it, wanasamanga kwa lugha ya Kiitaliano.
Italiano.
inamaanisha 5 bob.
Yes.
And for me, I used to actually hate my name. And I used to ask my mom, of all names you could give me Kingori. And she used to tell me, you actually don't know you are a king. So and I never believed in myself back then. So you see, the lack of belief in who I am. So when I actually came to realize my power, my strength, and I had to go through things, and when you go through things and you now feel strong that you can overcome those things, now I came to realize that, this name was given for a purpose. And the moment unajua unakam ku acknowledge wewe ni nani, it's a different kind of energy now. So I can say that for me.
He's talking about something, and maybe mom said they have of names, names that were given to us. Can that affect who we are as human, as individuals, as a person? Because you didn't have any right to.
Yeah, you found you were named.
Yes. Can that really affect you as an individual?
It positively or negatively,
Yes.
it can affect.
Yes.
It can have an impact. So let's use that because one, you find yourself named. Now, what is the perspective that you pick of the name? Because we hear him saying Kingori. Now, in the context, Kingori has a meaning, but then I'm also imagining maybe the way we are named after relatives, or maybe there's a naming system. Maybe it can also borrow from that. Maybe there was a Kingori previously. Yeah, but again, the way later it comes up to now, I think the short of it, Kingori, and you choose to have kings. And now you give it a perspective. Who is a king? A king is this person who will overpower, who will be in charge.
Ruler.
In charge of my life. So yes, earlier it didn't augur well with him, but when he gave it his own perspective, it comes up, because even the mother now used to tell him, you're a king, Cindy, and maybe that led you to now move from Kingori to kings. So yes, it can impact. I remember personally, you don't want to know what my name means. Well, so I always used to wonder, because like us, we have, I'm a firstborn, so I'm Jane. We have a brother, we have a sister whose name is biblical, 2 brothers biblical. And for some time I used to ask myself, kwani Bible kumefika, what was the issue? Okay, yeah, that aside. My other name actually, yeah, I really had to find out. I don't know that I'm ready to say it, but it means a fat she-goat.
As a priest.
So, of course, there is what it means. But again, with a name, there is where it came from. So sometimes if there is discomfort, it's good to find out. Seek the information, because again, information is power. I was named this. Maybe they didn't even know the meaning, but for me, I was curious because I wanted to know. So when I found that meaning, and then it goes in the mind, what does it do for you? At some point I was wondering, am I fat like a she-goat? And then again, someone came to tell me, no, the strength over. So again, it's the perspective here that matters. Yes, names we are given. I think it's, sometimes we just need to make peace with them. If we can change, I once interacted with someone who had changed their name to Diameter.
Like that,
diameter, and when I interacted with him, I was like, no, this is not what my parents gave me. But I was such a mathematician, and people used to feel impacted. They encouraged me to change my name to Diameter, so officially in the ID. So yes, names can have power, names can influence us, and names can actually impact us, either positively or negatively, how we look at them.
Talking about environments, because you see now, the influence of that is out of the environment. Where, because being named, you come from something. You come from a certain
there's culture.
Yes, this belief system.
Belief system of that culture.
So maybe we give examples of things that we've encountered in our lives that have really made you. Because I tend to believe as you sit here as kings, the things that have shaped the person that you are, the man that you are now. Mom, the same man for me. Yes, kings. Yeah, like what really influenced the change of name to a change of perspective? What really made you now see yourself as a king?
Okay, from my own perspective, some things changed. So when I saw myself as King Ori, the 5 Bob, it was, I used to feel inferior, like, like when you don't accept who you are, even your name, you don't have an identity. So I used to look for identities. I could, maybe we are friends, but I could like do things to please people, try to become someone, life like someone, be like someone else, but I got to experience new things the previous 2 years, and they changed myself. They changed how I think, how I see myself. And once you can't run away from 2 things, the truth and who you really are. They just come and find you. So when I decided to embrace me, and me is not really all that good, all that perfect. No, I'm just shits. And if I decide to embrace who I am and define who I am from scratch and realize, okay, what was happening then and what is happening now and what do I want to become, then that's the transformation for me. And that I can say made Kings who he is right now.
Maybe ask, what really triggered that? What really triggered you to feel I need a difference? I need to be different.
Okay, so what triggered me for me to be different? There was a time I was going through something. I never really had a good relationship with my mom. I never had a father figure in my life, and I lost my brother way back. And being in a situation whereby sasa unaambiwa you are the man, start acting like it, you know, and you don't even know who a man is. Now you try to copy, and once you copy, you're not authentic by yourself. So that triggered it for me. I wanted to become something. I want to become that man that I was told I was. So I just had to define that for myself. Who is that man? Who is? And obviously with names comes like definitions of who is Kings. Kings is A, B, C, you know. We got values, virtues, and all those things. So that's that trigger moment for me. For me, it was just who is a man, and who is Kings, and what kind of a man does Kings want to be. So.
There's something very deep he is actually saying here, and I think we can maybe explore on it. I think environments can be really loud. Can be really loud to us. Like taking the example, that aspect of you being told you are this, but you have to find.
Or you need to be this. You need to be. You ought to be.
Then and finding yourself. How do we get to that place of really knowing that whatever we are doing is not who we truly are? And then how do we get to know the person that we ought to be from this loud environment that is out here?
Because one thing I'm hearing, one is like, let's bring up the issue of self-concept.
Yes.
Self-concept, as we are born, we are these, I know people say there's nothing like a clean slate, but we are growing up, there's maybe what we don't know, but we get a lot from the environment. So you're told, like now, the ridicule that he picked when maybe now in this environment, Kingori meant a 5 ball, and 5 is a smaller value. So maybe when people call you Kobole, you know, now that comes out as ridicule. So there, the environment, what am I being told? What is being put inside me? No one is affirming, but here comes maybe the mom and affirms, puts the same Kingori into Kings. What's a king? The context. So as we are growing up, the concept, who we hear as being called, what are we being told we were? There's this concept I like saying, good girl, you're not acting like a good girl. What does a good girl act like? As we're growing up, your relatives, your aunties, those who are nurturing you, the caregivers, this is what they are telling you. Now, from the environment, there are so many noises like you're saying. Which ones do we need to turn off? Do we even know what to turn off? Because some come positively, some come negatively. The power of affirmation. If you're not affirming a child as they are growing up, they'll never know what should I stick to. And that's why sometimes I give this example of when you are growing up, you're put for a plate of food. Ukimaliza wewe ndio mtoto mzuri. Good girl, you finished your food. So what do you learn as a grown up? Food is there, nimeshiba lakini lazima nimalize hii plate. Because that's what I had a good girl was, or a good whatever, a good child. So yes, the environment sometimes now, when as we are growing up, there is the innate us, the self-aware. I start feeling this is not working. Because like you said, there's what you're being told and there's what the truth of who I am. It will always keep coming, and that's why sometimes there's a conflict because I'm being told ABCD, but I'm feeling insidely ABCD. So self-awareness now comes up. That's when now we come up with maybe the need to reach out to maybe a life coach. They need to reach out for therapy. They need to sometimes just have a conversation. Like when you look at the tool of Johari window, which says there are things I know and people don't know, but there are things people know about me that I don't know. So then how much do I listen to? How much do I listen to and not act on? How much do I listen to and act on? How much is serving me? How much is not serving me? Listen to when he's being told now that the father has passed away. His father is not in the picture. The brother is not in the picture. Now you're with mom, and then now relatives come and tell you, you have to man up, you have to grow. Okay, there's the beat it serves, but then again, who are we telling to grow? Do they even know who they are? And what are you growing into? What are you growing into? Like you're saying, this man, I've not had a father figure, so I don't even know how a father figure behaves. How are they supposed to be? How am I supposed to be in charge of this home? How am I supposed to be the protector of my mom? Yet I've not related to a father figure. So I'm being told, be the man of the house, but I don't have the picture of a man of the house. So yes, that can really throw someone off balance.
Maybe also, maybe from your story, maybe you can maybe give us maybe a clearer aspect of what you needed to shed off before. Because I think also in changing, there's always something. There's always a process of.
There's what I will adapt. There's what I will put off.
Leave.
Like in your example, there's the volume I will add. There's some volume I will from the environment.
Maybe things that you really had to consciously now decide because of the conditioning that you've been having, really now identifying. And you will tell us now, do you feel, are you the man that you are? Are you in that process of what are these things that you had to shed off?
Okay, for me, a couple of things. First, where I grew had so much, like the volume now you say, you know, mwanaume anafaa kuwa hivi, you know, like yani mwanaume unaingia kwa nyumba saa 2 kufanya nini, like so we all have this painted picture, but most of us live that painted picture. We don't ask ourselves, we don't challenge the picture. Is this something that's here, or can I draw my own thing? Like, and for me, first things I had to cut off is I had to ask myself, who am I? Because when I came to find who I am, then I realized I laugh like someone else. I dress like someone else. My hairstyle is like someone else. I think like someone else. You know, I go out, dance like someone else. No, I am not real me.
Authenticity.
And to that point, I had an ex, and like these are one of those things, like you say, you know, this is it. No, kuna wale tu unasemanga ni huyu na ni huyu. But I thought the relationship was all good and stuff, and kuna time tu alikama akaniambia, you know what, I love you and all, and the thing I can tell you is that I sikufeel like I sikufeel when in nani, like today you are this, tomorrow you are this, like si understand. Nikamwambia no, you know, love can work it out. Akaniambia jo, atakani mapenzi, there's just some things I can't. No. Na nili understand from a perspective of a woman pia hataki mse fake. Women don't like fake born in a man. No. And nikajiuliza hiyo question, like who am I? Mbona amenishow hivyo? And it hurt the first point. And unajua wale mabesi zako wanakuambia bro wewe nini ansama t-shirt katika so but deep down ilikuwa nikikata maji yote nikajiuliza, like for real is this chick telling me? Na nikikaa chini nikajiambia kweli hii look yote nimecopy say someone hata kwa mneti ama hata kwa TV, like the way I talk, the way I laugh, the way I do things, no, venye na react, no. So nili have kwanza first of all to get myself out of that environment, and That's why I landed in lovely Utawala. Kajua lakini si rahisi, but at least it burned something niweze to change who I really am from the core. You know, sometimes for you to go to heaven, you have to go to hell first. So.
But let me just get this. What I'm hearing is the environment, maybe the adversity or it or whatever it was, had shaped you to this person that out of copying, I pick this trait from this person because it looks good. I pick this trait and then I forget. Now I have, it's like a patchwork. This bit I am Kings, this bit I am Alex, this bit I am, but then who is Ndela? Who is Ndela in all? I think that's what I'm hearing.
To actually what he was saying, I wanted to just ask a question. Does it mean that we really need to get off certain environments? It's the stuff, and also when you can't get out of such, so then what next?
What happens? There's something I've always used,
Yes.
and I use it a lot, maybe like in therapy. There's an author, can't remember the name, who indicates, who has the concept that we are a product of our environment. And I came and thought and gave it more depth, and I added on my own, like, yes, we are a product of our environment in two ways. Am I making my environment master me, or am I mastering my environment? In this bit we hear, it had mastered you because I'm liking that, and so I have to give up a bit of myself to be that person. So yes, there are sometimes I'll realize maybe the environment has not served me well, what it has brought me into, and there's a deep desire to change. Let's take being an addiction counselor. Let me give this example where we say when actually someone is trying to change behavior, to make a behavioral change in maybe when they have been in substance or in a certain maladaptive behavior, then the environment is one of the things we look at. Do I continue being in this environment? Can I master the environment, or will it master me? So there may be need to move out of it. And sometimes maybe I can't move out of it, but am I aware of what do I need to take charge of in this environment? Because sometimes you can't move out. Maybe Maluko or your parents maybe wamejenga, that's why you're there for the next few years until you have your own muscle to move out. Maybe you don't even have a relative to live with. And then again, even when you leave this environment, unless now your values, and like we started by saying, your beliefs are inborn and they are in you, then the other environment, you may move out of the frying pan into the fire. Move out of this thinking, this was bad, I go to another place. So for me, I feel, yes, I need to be aware, how is the environment shaping me? And it is very positive that he could come up with realizing it's not serving me. But you see, again, he knew it felt a tough truth. But then again, I think that's one person you give great thanks to, because they gave you food for thought. That hapa ni fakeness imejaa. It felt painful, but now maybe unamgotea mali huko. Yeah, so maybe sometimes we may need to move out of the environment, or we may need to just adjust our thoughts about the environment, or just have that internal self-awareness. Yeah,
I think getting a lot out of this. And also, just as we wrap up for this episode, I know we might have a part 2 of this. And
tumekatch to ice.
Tumefungua Pandora box.